is going on, ladies and gentlemen? BizzyDad here. You there checking out this video, which is an unboxing of the Wind starter deck out of the new Lapis Cluster. This is the Swarming Elves with our ruler Fiethsing. Fiethsing makes a return to the Lapis Cluster, and I was just popped into my local, and they happened to have a few starter decks, one of them being green, and I said, let's buy it. I'm interested in this deck because I did get Sun Wukong in my Frozen Casket box set, and there are a couple of cards in here that could work with him well, so some support, and cards that I can just use in other decks as well that use green. And I figured, why not do an unboxing for the channel? I got this yesterday, so it took a little bit of restraint not to open it and check out the packs that were in there because I'm sure there's an Uber just waiting for me. But I figured, let's get it on tape just in case there really is an Uber in there waiting for me. So anyone that's just looking to get into the game, this is really not a bad way to go. They have starter decks for every color in the new Lapis Cluster, and comes with a deck that's ready to play right out of the box. And the decks are built pretty well. I mean, these are not going to be gangbuster decks that are just going to be destroying everybody, but they are pretty good. And they keep in mind they are just starter decks. These are just made to get you going, and then you can use booster packs and anything else you could buy in order to expand your deck or build out from it. So let's go into the packaging right here. I mean, it looks really nice. Kind of a weird shape box. Kind of oblong trapezoid. I don't really know the shape. But you do get a pre-built deck. You get 3 booster packs, and you get dice, which is pretty cool. So let us open it up. Also on the back is a quick little checklist of all the cards that are in there, but you'll actually see them for yourself. So no need for that. And let's open her up here. Got to make sure this is all in the shot. The beauty of filming. Okay, so open it up. And here are our dice, and they are purple. So that is pretty cool, and I'm trying to put these to the camera there. Sparkly, little frosted sparkle dice. And I never really have good luck with rolls on film, and there's an 8, so that is not bad. Let's see if whenever I do feature matches or any games for real, my rolls are not that good. Excuse me. So here is the deck. We'll get into that. And here are our 3 booster packs that we get. And this is actually a pretty good idea. I like how they did this. You get your deck, and then they also give you 3 booster packs from Frozen Casket. So who knows, you might be able to pull some good cards to go with you right away. But I also think it encourages people to go buy more packs. So I do like that. We'll get into it in just a second. But just for the sake of unboxing, we'll go over everything else that's in here. First, you get a how to win, kind of a quick reference guide. Goes over the cards and quick rules. And you also get a reference. This is kind of more detailed into the rules and the different phases and some quick Q&A, excuse me, guys, early in the morning here. And you also get a paper play mat. So for all you starters out there, shows you the different areas, what goes where. Your ruler is now supposed to go on the left side, and your Magic Stone deck up here, and then everything else seems to be your field. So with the new Lapis Cluster, additions go into the field. Stones are supposed to go right into the field. I still have that old habit of setting it up the other way, so until it becomes a problem, I'm going to keep doing it like that. So we'll get into the deck, and half of the deck will be foil, half of the deck will be non-foil. So for all you foil snobs out there, or anyone who loves to just have all foil cards, you technically just have to buy 2 of these decks in order to have an all foil deck, which I'm assuming that people do. Because the ruler is foil, it's going to be in the foil deck, so that's the one we are going to open. And we'll go over the cards. So the starter decks are 10 cards each and 4 copies. So it's a 10 by 4, nothing like the Alice Cluster starter decks where they were giving 2 or 3 copies of certain cards. So right off the bat is Aria, the Friendly Vampire. I'm trying to get a focus here. So it comes into the screen, a 3-drop 600/600 with a barrier, a dark barrier. So this card cannot be targeted by darkness spells or abilities your opponent controls, and other Wind J Resonators you control gain +2/+2. And here is our ruler. So let's get her. It is Fiethsing, the Master Magus of Holy Wind. And I'm trying to get a focus. There we go. Other elves you control. Oh, this is the J ruler side. Sorry, let's flip her over to the ruler side. So Fiethsing, Six Sage of Wind, a judgment of 5, 2, and 2 green and 3 other with the Energize. So if you are going second, you get the coin or the token to produce a green will at any time. And whenever you play your second card each turn, put a 100/100 Wind Elf Resonator token into your field. And this is going to be kind of interesting. Excuse me, and I'm interested to see how this works out. Every time you play your second card each turn, that means even on your opponent's turn, if you happen to play 2 cards on your opponent's turn, you get to put a Wind token, Wind Elf Resonator token into your field. So I'm interested to see how that works out. And when we do flip her over, she is an 8/8, and the other elves you control gain +4/+4. So all those all those elf Wind Resonator tokens in your field are now 5/5. That's could be a real problem if you can really build them up. And whenever you play your second card each turn, put 2 100/100 Wind Elf Resonator tokens into your field. So that is really Fiethsing's power, is that she is going to get those tokens out onto the field, and they are just going to build up. The name of the deck is Swarming Elves, so go figure. This is Great Holy Sealing Wave, a 2-drop chance. So you can only do this on your turn, and you choose one. You put a target resonator with total cost 2 or less on the bottom of its owner's main deck. And here is the Torrent ability, which seems to be pretty heavy in the green, in the wind. As you play this card, if you played 1 or more other cards this turn, it gains the following text. Put target resonator with total cost 4 or less on the bottom of its owner's deck. So Torrent gives you a little bit of a bonus as long as it's your second card in each turn. And we really work that in with Fiethsing, which every time you play a second card, you get to put an elf token into your field. So the green deck is really going to focus on playing more than one card. And I think that if you could build a deck with a lot of cheap cards, a lot of 1 cost, 2 cost, as the game goes on, you're going to be able to take advantage more of the Torrent ability, and you're going to be able to start stacking the field with the elf tokens. They are definitely open to kill spells and wipeout spells, but I think it's interesting to at least try. The Home of the Sages is a 2-drop addition, and if you rest it, you could produce a will of any color, but play this ability only if you played a card this turn. So once again, we're seeing that Torrent. If you play a card, then you can rest this afterwards and make any color. If you rest it, pay 2 and banish, you could draw a card, and I think that's pretty steep. So that would be almost like a desperation play. The Sacred Elf is a 1-drop elf resonator, 200/300, and if you rest it, it produces green. So this is the Old Elvish Priest. It is back, and I'm glad to get this card because it'll help with the ramping to all green. This is going to get us more and more green. And I'm wondering, in the Vingolf 2, that Magari card, which produces 2 green, I wonder if it's worth looking into to see if you can super ramp. I don't know. Spirit of Wind is a 2-drop Spirit Resonator, 500 attack and defense with flying. And when this card enters your field, if you play 2 or more cards this turn, recover a target Magic Stone. Again, if this is the second card, or if you've played some sort of other card before this, you get to recover a stone. And 5/5 flyer for 2, that's pretty good. Tama, the Familiar of Holy Wind, is a 1-drop Familiar Cat Resonator, 200 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, draw a card. And if you banish the card, this card will deal 200 damage to target Resonator. So a throwback to the original Familiar of Holy Wind. The Torrent Elf, 2-drop, 500, 600 Elf Resonator. And when the card enters your field, if you play 2 or more cards this turn, draw a card. So if you can play the Familiar of Holy Wind, you will enter and draw a card. If you have enough stones to play the Torrent Elf right after, that's your second card of the turn, and you get to draw a card again. So you can see how they combo up into draw power. Twofold Chant is a 2-drop quick cast chant. You can do this at any time. Cancel target spell unless its controller pays 1 more. Again, with the Torrent, if this is the second card, if you played 1 or more other cards this turn, you cancel the spell instead. I think that I don't know if I like this card. I mean, I can understand where they're going because there is a card, Seal of Holy Wind in Light, or Seal of Wind in Light, that lets you cancel a spell outright, but that's a green and light to cast. And I think they're focusing on the fact that if you're only playing green here, you could do it, or green in another color, green red, green blue, you're able to cancel outright as long as it's the second card. So, I mean, I guess it's okay. Our Vampire Hunter Christie is the super rare. The other super rare, I think Aria is the other one. I'm not 100% sure. We'll go back to that. But a 4-drop, 1000 Elf Resonator. And when this card enters your field, if you play 2 or more cards this turn, this card and target J Resonator your opponent controls deal damage equal to their attack to each other. So pretty good. If she's the second card you play, she gets to come out and blast one of your opponent's J Resonators for 1,000. So nice little way to maybe take somebody off the board. And for a green, this card gains +2/+2 until end of turn. Play this ability only if your J ruler is Fiethsing. So kind of a hand in hand, but not too bad because it's not something where it's just such a slam dunk. Oh, I need to have Fiethsing and this card together so I can get that +2/+2. I think that the Torrent ability of Christie being able to deal 1,000 damage is much better. Whispers from the Wind is a quick cast chant for 1. You can do this at any time. Reveal the top card of your deck. This turn, you may pay 1 green less to play your next card if it shares a name with the revealed card, and draw a card. So, in other words, you play this, you reveal the top card, and you get to draw that card, and you get to pay 1 green less for that, and any other copies of it you may have in your hand. So, this might be good to add to a Xion deck where you could see that top card. And if it's something where you have another copy in your hand and you might be able to play 1 or 2 of them, not bad. The fact that it is quick cast makes it interesting because you can pump up your hand during your opponent's turn. So I think it's worth a look. Finally, our Wind Magic Stones. We get 5 of them, 5 foil ones, and they will be 5 non-foils in the other half of the deck. And also, just to confirm, yes, Aria is our other super rare in this deck. So that is it as far as the deck. We do get 40 cards, 4 of each. It's really not a bad deck out of the gate. I'm interested to try it out with the tokens and the Torrent. I wasn't too crazy about it at first, but just reading and thinking about it, it's unique and it makes for potentially fun decks and combos, which you know I'm about. So I decided to pick it up because it was there. And the fun part of the unboxing now. We have our 3 booster packs that we are going to open and hopefully get something good, right? Let's see what we get. The nightmare of me opening these packs continues. All right. Boy, do we see these mermaids or what? The Mermaid of Neverland, Tiger Charge, Servant of the Mikage, the Stargazing Fortune Teller. Oh, the shift card, Lumious Saint of World Awakening. Not bad, because I only got 2 of her in my Frozen Casket, so that's good. Sacred Radiant Soul in foil, okay. Encounter with Cthulhu in foil. That's good. I love the artwork on this card. I love my Cthulhus. Princess of the Dragon Palace, Otohime. I think I have 4 of her, so whatever. Flying Cloud and Ancient Heartfelt Fire. So not really a great pack, but I did get the shift card. Can't complain about that. Needed that one. All right, pack number 2. Where is the... There it is. Pack number 2. Okay. Throw it out. Over here. A Wise Man of Amonsul. Summon of the Memoria. I have all the commons, so this really isn't too thrilling. Storytelling Bard. Oh, Cheshire Cat. Yes. All right. Not bad. I only got 2 of her, so now we're up to 3. This makes her now playable in some blue decks, so definitely going to look into that. They threw in a Fire Magic Stone. Okay. Glorious is Summon Soldier in foil. Ancient Automation. The Ox King and Gate of the Silver Key. So, all right, I'll take that. Cheshire Cat. Happy with that one. Last shot at the Uber. Let's see what we get. Okay. Combat Wizard of Altea. The Retelling Stories. Protector of the Forest. Fairy of Neverland. All right. Magic Stone of Heat Ray. I did not get any of these in my Frozen Casket box, so good to see. And a Magic Stone of Blasting Waves. I think this is just regular foil, not the textured. So back-to-back dual stones. That's not bad. Storytelling Bard in foil. The Priest, it's Abdul. Got enough for him. The Another Sacred Radiant Soul. And we're going to end it with Urashima Taro. So, I mean, not horrible. We got Cheshire Cat, and we got the shift card. We got a couple of dual stones. Finally got my Heat Ray. So I really can't complain with that. So guys, that is it. Just a little unboxing video of the Wind Starter deck, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty good to get some cards that I needed, and I'm excited to try out some of the cards in the deck. So let me know what you think. Are you a fan of this deck? Do you like it or hate it? Leave a comment below. As usual, like, share, and subscribe. And we got more videos coming soon. So as always, thank you for a few minutes, and I'll talk to you soon.